Hey, what's going on, Penguins fans? Let's talk about some trade rumors that are coming up. Obviously, possible guys that the Penguins could be going after, and some guys that could be leaving the team. But before you do that and listen to this video, as always, please like, comment, and subscribe, as it helps this channel grow. We're at 407 subscribers, so let's keep it going. But let's talk about some of the big names that on the Penguins have a high salary cap right now that could potentially be traded at the trade deadline, obviously to lower the cap and get some more pieces into this team, which right now, if you're looking at it in the way that they're playing, they don't need a lot, but I really think the bottom six forwards and bottom two defensemen really need some work. So let's just start off with Marcus Pettersson. Marcus Pettersson has been playing great. He's actually been really living up to that contract that was given to him, the 5-year, $20 million deal, so average just over $4 million a year. It's been tough, though. Again, in the beginning, really hated this contract, but he's slowly growing into it, which I do like, which is definitely helpful. But again, that contract does kind of suck for a guy that, isn't in reality worth that much money. So I think, there would be teams that are suitable for a defenseman like that. And obviously, I think for us to get rid of him, we'd probably have to retain half of his salary, but still would cut down almost $2 million, which, again, we could get pieces for that. Another person is obviously Jason Zucker. Jason Zucker is carrying a $5.5 million per year contract right now on the Penguins, which, again, for the production that he's given us, 18 points in just over 30 games that he's played. Obviously, he's battling a leg injury this year, but still, the production for a guy that's getting paid $5.5 million a year, it's just not there. And again, I think he's a guy that we could use for trade pieces, get a couple players in a deal. Just overall, I think we could get more pieces for him. I just don't think he's really living to the expectation and worth it at $5.5 million contract right now. But other players, obviously to keep your eye out for, of course, if they start to move some things around. Guys that I would like the Penguins to go out and see, we got to bring our man Phil Kessel back. Again, I would love it. Let's just be real. It's not realistic unless Arizona retains almost all of that salary, because we just can't afford him right now with what we have. So let's just kind of throw him out the door, as much as I would love to have him back. But again, Arizona is one of those teams where they have to at least have the minimum amount of salary and, be able to open up the doors to the arena, because we saw what happened earlier in the year. Another guy I do like is JT Miller on Vancouver, and a thing that I do like about that is the relationship between the Penguins and Jim Rutherford. Now that Jim Rutherford is overseeing the GM role with Vancouver, so I think that definitely helps. Obviously, he knows this organization, and obviously JT Miller's contract's not that high. Obviously, if Vancouver were to retain half of that, it would definitely be helpful, and I don't think that we would really have to give up a lot for him. He would definitely be a bottom six guy, but a nice, shifty, two-way winger that I think would be a good fit on this team. Another guy I really like, it's a trend of Minnesota players that come to Pittsburgh, but I like Kevin Fiala too. I think Kevin Fiala is probably a little bit out of the question. 20-goal scorer last year, though. But again, I think he's good for a bottom six winger. Potentially could be playing up in that top six role, but we'll see. We still have to remember we got guys like Jake Gensel out, Brian Rust, Evgeny Malkin. These are some prime guys that are missing out of this lineup, and the Penguins have been playing pretty good. No complaints here. Sometimes I just wish they would score a little bit more. Obviously, we would all wish that, but we'll see what happens. There are just a few names I'm throwing out there. Really didn't get to dig too deep into it, but I really just wanted to go over some of the Penguins' crappy salaries, I should say, that are on this team that are, kind of keeping Burke and Hextall away from really bringing in a solid player that could really help this team. But tell me, who do you guys think the Penguins will get at the trade deadline, and players that they should keep an eye on, and who do you think they should bring in? As always, please like, comment, and subscribe, and let's go Pens.